Okay, you're gonna hit 2 rocks, kill 2 birds with 1 stone today. I'm gonna give you a lesson about that, you know, it's not only about training and fasting and eating good foods, it's about challenging yourself in other ways. So I'm out here in the rain, although it's not raining that much anymore. I'm also at this outside gym, but there's a lot of people around, you know, kids and stuff that go to school and other students at some universities around here. So I'm not entirely comfortable with this, but you know, it's an outside gym. So, you know, people gotta accept it kind of. No, but so that's one part of this video. But the other thing is that I want to give you a training routine that you don't need to go to the gym for. And to really prove this point, I'm outside, you know. But the only thing we're really going to use from the outside gym here is the pull-up bar. So it's just for fun really that I'm outside. But I'm also, because I'm kind of sore in my legs, can't do a full body workout today. I'm going to do my own workout here when I'm done with the video. But so, there are 4 exercises that I think you need to basically do a full body workout for all intents and purposes if you're a true beginner. We're gonna do 4 exercises for a full body workout. And so the first one is the pull-up for biceps and some other arm muscles, the lats and some other back muscles. You know, when you're new to training like this, you know, those muscles that are kind of secondary that maybe you don't get a full workout for when you're more experienced, you know, if they are assisting, you will make some gains there too. So we have the pull-up first, and then we have the push-up for some chest, shoulders and triceps. So we have 1 pull movement, 1 push movement. Like when you're more advanced, you want to start thinking about stuff like having push movement forwards and upwards, and a pull movement, you know, horizontal and vertical.
The left hand now knows what the right hand is doing.
Like I said, here in the beginning, you need 1 rowing motion and 1 pushing motion really, and you can of course add if you want, but that's the thought there. And then we have 1 leg exercise, the Bulgarian split squat. It hits basically the whole thigh and the ass, the glutes too. So we have that one, and then we have the starfish crunch to get some core into there. And my thought is that you do 3 sets of these, and I'm gonna talk a little bit more, you know, maybe I don't shoot the whole video out here, but when I do perform the exercises, we'll see. But 3 sets each, and that's, I promise you, if you do this and you'd go intense, you know, just do the 3 sets of each exercise, 12 sets in total. But if you do them quality, you know, full range of motion, high quality, go to failure or near failure, you are going to build some muscle that you can see, at least if you're not fat. So let's start off with a pull-up. You know, not much to say. You should buy a pull-up bar to have at home. Very, very good. You know, very, very useful. It's a compound movement you can do at home. And so I choose the pull-up, which is when you hold the arms, you know, like that. Yeah, I just got wet. There's a lot of water here, but and the chin up when you hold like that. And I choose the pull-up because it's more of an all-over exercise for arms and back. And chin up isolates the biceps and specifically lats a little more. This you get, yeah, you hit more muscles, which is what we want here when we're new. So, you know, not much to say. You grab and pull, and you wanna lean back for a bit, not like that, you know. I wanna lean back a bit, and then just pull your elbows behind you, like that. You know, make sure you always do a full range of motion. Like maybe you don't wanna always stretch your arm out to the full. You can a couple of some centimeters, but go all the way up at least. Don't do anything like these kind of reps. I don't want to see that, you know. And if you're too weak, or if you just have too much body fat to do pull-ups for real, like me, I could just do 2 or 3 in the beginning. Then you can do the negatives only. Now I don't have anything to stand on, so I'll just jump. But you build a lot of muscle that way. That's one of the main mechanisms for building muscle, is this eccentric part, eccentric damage. And the eccentric damage occurs when, you know, it's not when you contract, when you pull yourself up, but when you don't let yourself go, but slowly. So, you know, the muscle is under tension but also stretching out then when it's occurs. So you can do it just like this. This is how I started. Grab it. Okay, I gotta jump higher, of course. Okay, so you're up here, and then just slowly go down, and then you repeat. And I don't want to repeat it now; it's a little high and it's a little hard, but you get it. It's easier if you have a chair to stand on. Then just 3 seconds, about 3 seconds, and you can make some nice gains from just doing that. I remember people started commenting that I had gotten bigger arms when I had only done that. So that's it for the first exercise. Yeah, so there's a lot of people walking around here. So the next one is the push-up. I think you know this one already, but yeah, you know, it's a great exercise. You know, just because it's a very, you know, common, normal exercise doesn't mean that it's good. It's basically the body weight option for a bench press. So I'll do it here. Just the one thing you want to be thinking about is not going like out with your elbows, like at as little as you can. Keep them closer to your body. So like that. And then, you know, like always, go for full range of motion and quality reps rather than cheating. You know, don't just let yourself down. Go slowly. And since you can do probably kind of many of these more than pull-ups, I recommend the push-ups. You go to failure. Right, for the next exercise. Some kids here now too, of course. In that annoying age, you know, like boys 10 to 14 years old. But yeah, so now for the leg exercise, and this one is a great one for building muscle, leg muscle and strength at home. You know, because the legs are so strong, so it's hard, you know, kind of think the squat is irreplaceable. But now I have kind of light dumbbells for me, 8 kilos each. But, you know, because I'm demonstrating. But all you want to do really is put your foot up on something like that, have the dumbbells hanging, and then just do a single leg squat like that. And, you know, go deep with it. And this one can be disgusting. You know, this one I would shoot for a weight you can handle for like 12 reps. And then if you're a sicko, this one is not really a failure. You're so strong in your legs, you know, so that you can all, you know, if someone had a gun to your head, you can always squeeze out like 5 more. Sometimes you know, you can, if it burns, if it hurts a lot, you've done a good job, you know. And then if you want to be sicko, when it burns a lot, you can, I'm not going to drop them now, but you can drop the dumbbells, because I don't want them to get wet, but you can drop the dumbbells and push through failure that way and get a really disgusting burn in your thighs. But okay, so those are especially good for the quads. You do hit some hamstrings and glutes too. You can influence if you hit your glutes or quads more by where you're placing your foot, kind of be able to notice that yourself. I think if you put it further away, you're gonna get more glute, yeah, and vice versa. Okay, so for the last exercise. Okay, so for the last one, I'm just hoping my other phone I record a sound with doesn't fall out my pocket here. So this is the starfish crunch is a great ab exercise because you'll be able to hit like your whole core, like the visual muscles, you know, your whole abdominal muscles here and obliques. So what you do, this is kind of an advanced exercise, but that's what I have a good option for you if you're too weak to this one. But you want to have your feet just holding them there. So already there, you engage your abs. But then, when I lie, this is why it's called the starfish crunch. But then you rotate, you do a rotating crunch upwards, like that. And so this one can get really tough, quick, if you're not used to it. So my phone did fall out, but it's okay. But yeah, I've done this so much, I can probably go to 60 or something. But yeah, so this is awesome, hits the whole core. Can I feel like going to failure? No, I'm not going to, I'm going to train later. But what you can do, if you're too weak to do that, because that, especially for me, because I have my anterior pelvic tilt thing going, so I had weak hip flexor muscles. So this can be really tough here, you start to get tough here, but so now I've gotten stronger. But what you can do, I do this in the beginning, is you have your feet in the ground, and then you just lift towards your hand that you're rotating. So you go like this, like that. And this, I think, is a good variation. Still, it's the whole, whole core, but it's not as tough because you release tension in between. Okay, so those are all the exercises. Let's see what I'm gonna do here next, because you see these kids in the background. Maybe not now when I do this, but they're running around, screaming and stuff. No, but yeah, let's do this. I'll take the camera now. You know what? This is a selfie stick, so I can actually do it like this. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Can I just get it nicer? Yeah. No, so these are exercises, and like I told you, do 3 sets each. And then maybe you're insecure or wondering how many reps should I do? I think the easiest thing when you're new is always going to failure, because then well, failure or very near failure. Like if you try to do like that 35th push-up and you can't, you just fall down, then you've done a good job, But then what I do, because when you go to failure, especially in push-ups, if you can do a lot of them, you're going to be able to do a lot less the next set, and that's fine. You can go to failure each set and don't care about the number, just focus on the failure part, the intensity part. But what you also can do, like what I did with specifically push-ups, like say for instance that when I was new, I noticed that I could do 30 in a row the first time I tried, but then the next set maybe I could just do 23 or something. So then I could go to failure and do maybe 30 the first time, maybe around 23 second, maybe 20 the third time, and that's fine. It's completely fine. Will give you gains too, but what you can also do is you can kind of find an average, like say that you go to 25 reps every set instead. You do basically the same volume, basically the same intensity, so you can think like that. And yeah, there's a lot of people looking at me now. Got a big audience here. Yeah, down there too. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go, or now I'm gonna put on my shirt and do my own workout, and then gonna round off a little bit here. See you in a bit. Okay, so to round off here in the inside gym, what a luxury. So if we talk a little bit about reps, I think if you can do less than say 4 pull-ups in a row, you should probably do negatives. If you can do more than 4 pull-ups, you can probably get lucky, because you have to do a lot of negatives when you can. When you have the strength for say like 3 pull-ups and I tell you to do negatives instead, you're gonna have to do quite a few. But if you can do 4 or 5 pull-ups per set, that's nice, because it's faster. It's heavier, but it's faster. Yeah, and the push-ups, most men should be able to do regular push-ups. I would say if you can do less than 10, maybe do them on your knees. But yeah, you probably can do regular push-ups. It's fine though if you can't. I mean, everyone has to start at their level. And it's never about the one thing I said recently, that I'm more impressed by it's like a skinny, nerdy looking guy in my gym. He looks like he's from an 80s gym or something, like an 80s nerdy kid. But I've seen him go really, really intense and doing good exercises, good form. And I've seen him add some muscle, So I'm more impressed by that guy than there's a very huge guy. I'm not going to go into specific on how he looks, but because he could see this. Don't want to go poke the wrong bear. No, kidding. But I never see him break a sweat, so way less. And he looks like he's on steroids because he has the bad skin, the acne, here too. So even if you have to do push-ups on your knees, that's fine. It's always about intensity. Then we had the split squats. I would say this one these ones maybe I mentioned while doing it, but shoot for between 10 to 15 reps, and it's hard to go to failure if you don't have like really, really weak legs or something, because I guess it's such a big muscle. It's the same with now when you do regular squats. So that's a rule of thumb, by the way. The heavier an exercise is, the less important it is to go to failure. So make your thighs burn real good, then make them burn some more, and then give up. Then you have the starfish crunches. I mean, do them until you can't do more. Most of the time, I would say. For me, it's starting to get hard to go to failure on the first set, but even if I don't go to failure on the first set, I won't be able to do as much the second set as on the first. But you're gonna notice here in the beginning that it's not don't be so worried about, I say 3 sets, you can do more if you want to, and if you have a bad day, if you're hurting or something, you can do less, it's fine. Just always put in the intensity. Like there's a reason I don't go in very, very, very specific in technique. I'm not the expert there. Like I can execute it fine for myself. That's not my specific. I'm more here to motivate you, let you know, just give you some ideas. So with exercises, just go looking for techniques from someone else. But I think I've done a good exercise selection for you. But you're going to notice, especially if you haven't been training in a long time, that if you just put in the work, you're going to see results in a month, maybe, depending on who you are, of course. But 1 or 2 months, definitely possible for most people. But okay. So just to say some other things, apart from that workout, things you want to have at home, apart from the pull-up bar I mentioned, like it's a must, because it makes, you can do such a great compound exercise. Whatever your goal is, if it's for strength, pulling strength, arm strength, it's not bad to have. And also for muscle, biceps and lats, good looking muscles, right? So very important because it's such a heavy, you'll build, maybe not them with a barbell, but with chin-ups or pull-ups, you can definitely build, I would say, more bigger biceps than just from regular curls. But still, dumbbells is of course something you want to have at home. I would say it's nice for at home to have. I have those that you can change the weight. Then I have this gym, but good to be flexible there. I think someone's coming. 1 second. So that was actually a pretty cool guy that showed up. There are annoying people working out here too sometimes, but that guy I know, and really nice guy. Talked about, he's a salesman. We talked about how school is stupid for most people. That's a whole other subject, maybe another video about that. No, but I think the last, I talked about stuff you want to have at home for a home workout. So come on, if you don't have these things and you don't want to go to the gym, make these investments. A pull-up bar, some dumbbells, and then a rubber band. Like, where did I put it now? Yeah, just a second, I guess I cut here. You can do a lot of things that you do with cables in the gym. Maybe, it can also be good if you don't think about it like gaining strength. It can always be good to just practice some exercises. But you can do stuff like face pulls. Yeah, I'm not going to show too much here because it's going to fall. But you can do something like face pulls. See, you can when do research about exercises, you can kind of find ways. This you do on your back with dumbbells sometimes. You can do it with cables. You can do it with a rubber band. I'm careful, so but this is a good chest exercise. You can set it high and pull down. You can target the lower chest more. So put it low. You can go upward, hit the high chest. And by the way, you can do stuff like that, tweaks for if you think about it like this, for instance, with the chest. I just give you one example. You can figure out other things like this on your own. The push-ups, if this is more chest and less shoulders, but the shoulders are still involved, this is more shoulders, but the chest is still involved. So, you could, if you can stand on your hands with feet against the wall, you want to hit the shoulders more, you can do that. You can put your feet up on a chair, so the angle is more like if you would sit like this and do a press. It's the same effect if you put your feet up and do push-ups like that. I did, not when I started out, but when I got stronger, I wanted to challenge myself more with my push-up sets, where I started with my feet up on a chair because they are tougher, you can do less of those. Did those to failure, then I went down, did regular ones to failure, don't have many left then I went down on my knees and did to failure. I remember one time, by the way, when I did that here, of course, no one was here, but of course they didn't come in when I was at the heavy part, when I did shoulder pressing before, and they come in when I do push-ups on my knees, and they don't know that I did like 60 before, but it doesn't really matter, but just a funny story. No, but yeah, so there's some tips for starting out, working out at home. Like I said, not going to be too specific about how much every muscle is involved, but basically all the muscles in this workout I gave you are going to be involved to some extent. So, you know, I would say, like for me, for like 4 months, that was about what I did. I did more exercises, but not much more, you know, a little more variation only. But for 3 or 4 months, this will do just fine for you to gain some strength. But first, if you are fat, you should lose all the fat. So that's the next episode, right? Hit subscribe, like, see ya, boys and girls, but mostly boys for sure. I know that. I've seen the metrics, guys. It's like 91% male, my audience. So, but yeah, you girls are awesome. Follow me too.